God.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Live Reality Games podcast. We are here for episode 12 of South Africa, Immunity Island. Today we have a guest.
Hi, it's me. I'm Annabel. I'm a guest.
Okay.
And we've also got Vince as well.
Okay.
Wow, Vince, can I just say how flattering and slimming that buff looks on you?
I know.
I'm just going to hide my double chin.
It really brings out all of our best features.
Yeah, really.
Gosh, there's an announcement you want to make. Do you want to make an
Oh,
announcement?
yeah, I do want to make an announcement. So 2 weeks ago, we had a guy named Chris on our podcast, and he was our first play that we released into the world for our season 3 game of Melbourne Survivor. And today, we're going to meet our second person, and she's already here.
Hi, I'm cuter than Chris. I think you'll all agree. I'm cuter. I'm funnier. I'm smarter. I work in a top 7 law firm. No, but I mean, really, maybe I could if I wanted to. I'm stoked to be here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for playing. Do you want to tell people how your experience was? Obviously, no spoilers, but
look, it was a fun experience. It was more fun than I thought it would be. And I don't really feel like I can comment on my experience without giving any spoilers.
That's fair.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and please consider donating if you can. It's community run and community supported, and brings together a lot of people who volunteered for it. So in order to make it a sustainable practice, please come along to one of the online games that people have been running in order to raise money, but also keep people company during lockdown. If you're desperately, desperately alone and single like I am, then maybe come play a Discord game.
Yeah, you can find all that stuff out. I'll start posting stuff on the actual Melbourne Survivor page. That way we get a bit more interest from people who aren't in the group, I guess. But yeah, keep your eyes out on that. But Annabel, you've been here before. You've talked to us before about Survivor South Africa.
Yeah, I was going to say you've not asked me about my exorcism yet, and I just felt that was a bit rude.
The pussy demon, I remember.
Yeah.
What episode was it? I can't remember.
I think it was like episode 5 or 6. It was a while ago.
Oh, wow. Way back.
It was a while ago, yeah. How has it been since then for you? How have you liked it?
So, my pussy or Survivor South Africa?
You know what? Let's go with both. Let's go with both.
Strong. Pussy Game's been going strong. Survivor South Africa, even better. I mean, oh my God, what a season. And also now that we have it juxtaposed against Australian Survivor as well, wow, out of this world. I'm really loving it. Tonight's episode was a lot. I reckon it took me maybe 2.5 hours to do this episode because I had to keep stopping at that tribal council, emotionally recover, digest from the intense secondhand embarrassment that I was suffering from. I actually thought, I have to say, I thought that I had got to the stage in my life where I had publicly humiliated myself so many times that I'm now immune to shame and embarrassment. But I did find out, both through having to post on LinkedIn today and watching that tribal council, that no, I can still experience that. And I really, truly did. How did you guys find it?
Well, I didn't have to post on LinkedIn. Like, who still does that? Anyway, regardless, look, I could not stop laughing. I think the whole episode just had me in like laughing fits. I think I could have like nearly created myself to have like a cardiac arrest. I was laughing so much. But I love this. It was so good. And I wasn't expecting anything like this for the end of this season because it was sort of predictable of how it might go. But no, I couldn't stop laughing. I want to watch it again. Like, I'm so keen to watch the same episode again. How about you, Vince?
I really like it because there's a lot of drama. Like, because I'm watching Love Island at the moment as well. So like the tribal council reminds me of those like tit for tat, like those arguments, like people have in in life, and you just like. So do we want to talk things through, or we want to jump straight into tribal council because that's a lot of things to digest.
Yeah, I think we'll start at the start, and then we'll sort of build up to tribal council because it all essentially does build up to tribal council.
Okay.
Everything you see.
Love that.
So pretty much you get back to camp, you see Santoni and Chappie's really pissed off about the whole situation that happened to Tribal and them complaining about them being backstabbed when they were also backstabbing.
So it wasn't Santoni was pretending that Trapeze had also backstabbed her. Because if you remember, she had voted for whoever they said they were going to vote for. Either Smash.
No, she didn't vote. She didn't vote.
Oh, she didn't vote. But then no one was buying it. Kieran was just like, honey, what are you doing?
I'm reading straight through you.
But love that from her, honestly. I stand Santoni 100%.
This episode's really redeeming for her, hey? From the last couple of episodes, I feel like she's jumped back in.
No, I do feel like she plays with her emotion a little bit. Like she just I will vote for water every single time if I have the chance. So that's a bit for me. It's a bit things get too personal, I guess. So yeah, but I really like her in this episode anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we'll get to the water vote at the end of this, but I mean, no, that was not the correct strategic choice. But I think as a character, Santoni, I could not love her more. That said, I was thinking I washed my hair for you guys tonight, which is frankly more than any of my paying customers have been getting recently. And it's so hard to tell. I was thinking this in the shower. That was the context. Whether or not this is a positive edit from a South African perspective, because South Africans have some really hot takes on what a good character edit is. I mean, lest we forget the time that Tom won fan favorite of the season, and I thought he was well and truly getting the 0 vote finalist dickhead edit. So what do you think? Do they love her? Do they hate her?
I think it's
honest, Australia loves her, so that's all I need for myself to.
Wait, hang on. Do you think Australia love her? Did you say that?
Australia loves Santoni for sure.
For sure. I don't know. With all the mateship, they would love Chappies more than Santoni.
No.
I have a very carefully curated Twitter feed, and if you're a Santoni hater, I definitely don't see what's happening with you. Hi, Dustin. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't see you. If you hate Santoni, I definitely unfollowed or blocked you or muted you ages ago. Don't care for it. But I agree, Australia is not Team Tyson, and I did see a TikTok response from Warda, which I shared with Vince, where she was clapping back at some of the haters from this episode. So, I mean, I personally think I'm too old to be posting Twitter clapbacks, but I love that Warda is staying young. Love that for her. But no, I mean, I hope South Africa loves Santoni. I hope they're voting for her. Make sure she shared the link, everyone. Get your 10 votes in, fan favorite every day. I hope they like her.
Yeah, I hope they like her too. But I can see where Vince is coming from because the people in South Africa have a really different take than what Australians do. To be honest, the world has a different take than what Australians do. We are the odd ones out. But that's okay. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with being different,
Love that. So so back at camp, they're all angry. It's cool, we flipped on each other. The line in the sand has been drawn. Yeah.
And then we see Chappie's late at night going to make some rice. I was loving this. And he's like, it's Survivor. I'll do anything. I'm like, that makes sense. Doesn't that make sense?
technically, I don't think there's anything wrong with the cooking rice style.
Not at all.
In moral-wise, like it is kind of wrong, but I feel like there's no rules like you can't make your own rice.
No, not at all. Like if my back was against the wall in any game of Survivor, I'm eating everything. Like I don't care if you starve in like the next 10 days. Like I know I'm next one voted out, so I'm gonna enjoy my time. And if yous are gonna hate me from doing it, like I know I'm not winning, so why not? Like I don't think like no, but like why not?
No, I get it, but it is a sort of team thing. Like you don't want people to suffer. Like it's not fun letting other people suffer. It is a game, but you shouldn't do that. Like
No, I 100% disagree. I feel like if you are in a game that's individual, you should be thinking about yourself.
Can we unpack further how he got busted? Because so they found it in his bag, but then it tribally seemed to insinuate that there was a crab and mussel seafood medley situation going on. So was he cooking up rice with crab and mussels?
Yeah.
Stuffing this into a bag and then leaving it in his backpack for the day. Because like this sounds like some aggressive gastrointestinal distress waiting to happen.
So there's two different. They show that he cooked twice. So the first time it's just the rice, and he put it in his bag, and it shows that he's eating from the bag. And the second time he cooked it in like a remote area with all the all the seafood, and then he left all the crumbs out there. Not sure why. And it's focused on it, and then you have like the fire still on, like it's kind of like just put out. I'm like, and the pot's still there.
I am obsessed with him. I'm honestly obsessed with him.
I can't like why would he leave it there? Why I don't get why he left it there. Like why wouldn't you hide it? Yeah, but why not, I guess.
I don't think he cares at this point. Do you know what I mean? Like I think he's kind of like, I don't care what you think. Like
I'm surprised he didn't wake up Santoni for a feast though. I'm surprised he didn't wake up Santoni for a feast.
That's true.
Yeah.
To be honest, if you went and catch all the stuff, he's entitled to eat everything. That's for sure. I don't like that.
Got
it. But it's just the rice.
Anything that's the camp is anyone's, right? So anyone can they other seasons you don't. And this is like the whole cheating thing that like pissed me off when they were saying he's cheating. If it's the camps, it's the camps, right? So like, say for example, if it's the camp's hammock and you steal a hammock, right? That's still a camp. You're not stealing it from anyone. You're just using it more than anyone else, right?
Well, define stealing. So technically, it's not stealing.
Stealing is stealing from somebody else. Like stealing is somebody else's possession, right? But when it's everyone's possession, you're technically.
Hang on. If it's, I don't want to get into like nitty gritty of stuff. Like if it's like for the tribe, you can't technically claim like this is mine. I'm gonna only the only person I can use this is me. Like I'll put it in my bag. So I don't
not
think
at all.
that's
not at all. But things can get lost. It can get lost, like
it can get lost, yes, but it can
oh no, we lost this, but it's hilarious. I love every facet of this whole part of him just like being like a rebel and like completely going against the grain with everyone. They know they're both safe moving on to the next part of the game, so they're like, screw it, let's just have some fun. Yeah, I love people.
I just want to go back to the seafood risotto for a second. So you mentioned, why didn't he wake up Santoni for the feast? Did you guys catch that again? Hot take confessional, where he said that his strongest ally in the game, Anesu, who he'd literally been in alliance with for 2-3 episodes, was out of the game. I'm like, honey, you've been with Santoni since day one. She's your ride or die. What's going on here?
He just got rid of her. Hey, he's just catch you later.
No seafood risotto. Now she's the number 2 ally. Oh my god, I hope she's
still the number 2 ally, even though Anesu's gone.
Yeah. He's still like hi Anesu every tribal council.
Do you guys think that's been happening for a long time? It's just that this is the particular episode they want to focus in, because I feel like this is not just like suddenly he Chappie's been.
Well, no, we actually hear something later on down the track at tribal council that we actually didn't even know that happened until it all just starts about the meat.
No, not the meat. Like Chappie stealing rice and cooking for himself.
Yeah, probably. He said he done it every second day. He's been stealing a cup of rice and been doing it multiple times.
But I was confused. How can you cook rice without anyone noticing? Like in that, like. But do people sleep well in that scenario? I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like after like 20 days of being out there,
I mean,
you're just gonna get
from my limited experience, it really depends how much Valium you take in.
If they even allow Valium in the game.
I mean, are they ever allowed Valium in the game, honey? If you're committed to it, you're committed to it. He can get some candy back to tribal. He can be sticking some benzos where he needs them.
Actually, let's talk about the reward challenge. Option.
No, the option. Sorry.
Yeah. I actually thought there was going to be more stuff there, like more advantages and stuff. Being South Africa and being Immunity Island, I really thought there was going to be like more idols or more Stealer votes or whatever. I actually thought there was going to be more. Were we happy with the little amount of stuff?
I was thinking there's more food, but I don't think there's enough food.
Yeah, there wasn't actually enough food for everyone. There wasn't like 7 plates. There was only 5 or...
Did you... So everybody who Nicole asked for food gave her food, even though like bitches in the bathtub eating it up with additional... I mean, they had to, right? Because she's the swing vote. But she was taking the piss.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We're on the same page with that. Like, she was taking the piss.
Imagine not giving her food, though. Like, if you did that in front of everyone else, you come across as like... You know.
Honey, get back in the bath with your champagne and full dish you've got. All right, I got one palmer here.
Well, I was thinking the last one that the what I choose between the burger and the not the burger, but the South African thing, the South African burger with the rice. She technically had the whole burger. She had the 2 burgers.
Yeah, because they could share it with the host. Apparently, goes to the host, and they could share it. And she could ask the host if she could have it. So that's why
I will be so pissed.
She shouldn't have got the burger. She shouldn't have got the bath. But I think they wanted somebody in the bath for production value.
Yeah.
And they're like,
that was what I was most mad about. Like, screw the advantages. It's the fact she kept her clothes on in the bath. I mean, we all need a little more gratuitous nudity in this season. We've been robbed. We've not been getting those same crotch shots that we're being served up every week in Survivor Australia.
Yeah, that's true.
It was rude of her. It was rude.
Oh, we are missing like yellow shorts this season.
Should Chappie be in a bathtub though? I feel like
Chappie
is
in a bathtub. I wouldn't mind that. That said, prior to following him on Twitter and then also actually watching the show a little bit more, Tyson is a 15 out of 10. I mean, that man is not just hot, not just sexy, like he is flawlessly beautiful. So if I had to take my bathtub pick, it probably would have been him, but you just know he would have been in there sulking, being like, nah, don't want the extra burger.
I'd be worried that Chappies would be doing like the butterfly in the like, like I don't think there's enough room for that to happen, but
Chappie's in a butterfly.
If I needed saving out of the bathtub in case I was, drowning or something, Chappies is there. We're safe,
I'm drowning in my bathtub. You're shameless, Josh, and you would.
Why wouldn't you? Like, you don't miss up that opportunity,
Oh my god, I'm
oh
drowning.
gosh. Sorry, Chappies, if you're watching.
So who got was it Nicole? Who got so Nicole got the only advantage, which was essentially the benefit of winning a challenge other than having immunity, right?
Essentially, she got immunity for a round and had a chance of winning the fire idol. That's essentially what she bought, which is good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having camera issues. It doesn't like.
Darling, there's only room for one.
Apparently. No, but she won that. And then there was another advantage actually. Tyson
Tyson
got
got the immunity.
What
He's
did I
a-
say?
the immunity challenge advantage. He could skip one round.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I think I zoned out.
To be honest, it didn't matter. Like we knew
Yeah.
that like Antony and probably Nicole or probably Water weren't making it through the first round. Sorry, peeps, but that's we knew that anyway, so it really made no difference.
I feel like it's better because it's like it's not too OP. Like he still need to do something. I feel like the first time we've seen this is in Philippines. I think it's exactly the same challenge. That I think Abby was automatic. Is she in the automatic in the last stage? I can't remember. That's what
Who was
she
it?
won.
Sorry.
Abby.
Yes, yeah, Abby. Yeah.
I'm not too sure whether she's like automatically gonna be.
Yeah, it was the last one. She went straight
stage.
through the final. She went straight through the final. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she won. So like, I feel like it's not too OP, but and then it's fine for me. But they technically can skip 2 stages. I feel like.
Yeah. The fact there's only one. I was actually thinking that at the time when it was like when he was reading it. I'm like, is he going straight to the last one or is he going to the second one? But yeah it was only the first one he skipped. So it's okay. I was okay with that. I feel like if it was the other way around, he probably would have won because he would have had more energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of energy, we see Chappie steal some lollies.
Oh yeah.
Lolly gate?
Did he show on the edit?
Candy.
Did they
Actually, they show it on the camera.
They don't show him stealing it, but we get back from the reward. And this is when, for whatever reason, Tyson decides he wants to go through Chappie's bag, uncovers the controversial advantage handoff. Let's not discourse about that. The lollies and the 2 flints. And also the risotto. Like, shout out to Chappies, who's definitely serving up the absolute most in that backpack.
It'd be interesting to go through everyone's backpacks and see what they're hiding from everyone else. Because there'd be more stuff. There would surely be more stuff in the backpack.
Didn't we have like people saving food and putting in their bags? Like Kian did that as well.
Yeah, she did that earlier with the pastries.
Yeah.
And yeah, like all season long, obviously, like the stealing of food's been happening. And then like for some reason now, when you see the 3 that were in top, now on the bottom because of advantages and such, they're now cracking it. It seemed to me like very childish, and it was just like, no, I'm not getting my way. I'm going to be mad at him. Like it just it really irked me off. I'm just like, now because you're not getting your own way, you're gonna crack it. Like last episode when Chappies was letting him eat and eating the pasta and stuff like that without winning the immunity challenge straight away, they were happy for that. It really showed the two-facedness of the triple. But to be honest, everyone has 2 faces out there.
Annabel.
Yes.
You have a lot of. I saw your tweets. You have a lot of thoughts about it. Just tell me what you think.
My gosh, it was. So I want to talk about the different levels of snitching, okay? Because snitching in general, I'm grey on it. There's no black and white overall snitching policy. Snitching in the form of malicious gossip, I'm extremely pro. In fact, the more snitching in the form of malicious gossip you can do, the better. And I love that from Santini. I love how she's always jobbing Water in for whatever Water has said. Oh yeah, I'm going to steal the rice, and if I get voted out, well, then there's no rice. And then Santini runs off and jobs her into. Well, that's not jobbing because she malicious gossip snitches to Chappies about that, and that is fine. Okay. Snitching in the form of dibber-dobbering, which is whinging to a higher authority. And again, emphasis on whinging because you can malicious gossip to a higher authority, fine. Whinging to a higher authority and saying, Nico, he ate the candy. Tell him he's not allowed to eat the candy. I was just like, what am I watching? What am I watching? And it was the way, so the whole strategy, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole talking strategy part of this episode was essentially like Water and Nicole and Tyson getting together and being like, oh my God, imagine when we reveal to the jury that Chappies has been sneaking candy. They're going to be, and when we snitch on him to Nico and he gets punished by Nico in front of the jury, everyone's going to love it. I'm like, at what point did you think dibber-dobbering on Chappies for eating some lollies was going to impress the jury? First of all, the jury doesn't give a crap about you. They're resentful. You're there instead of them. And then you're bigging yourself up by behaving like a... In fact, you know what? No, my sister and I, we had a strict no dibber-dobbering policy. So not even acting like me when I was 7. But at least be funny about it. At least be funny about it. Be malicious gossipy about it. Oh, my God. It was painful. It was painful.
It was really bad. Like, I hated it. It just made me, like, hate that trio more. And, like, I don't hate like trios, but this trio to me, I don't know, they're just making the game very game botty. Like from a viewing point, right? That trio haven't really added much. Like they've added some strategy, yes, but they haven't added any like reason to watch it. Where like I watch every week for Chappies and Santoni all the time. That's what I watch for, right? I watch for that duo. I watch for like the laughs that they bring out. I watch for that reason, but I can't watch it for them three. So I was glad when Water win. But anyway.
Would you say you watch it for the ones who play for fun? Sorry, over to you.
Yes, I do, Annabel. I'm trying not to say that phrase anymore.
Yeah, please don't. I actually don't know what their mission is. Like, do they want to do that whole talk because they want Chappie to be disqualified? Like, what's the end game there? There's no end game. Yeah, what they want? There's no end result from it.
They just want one of the three to go home.
They want to watch Mum spank him, and they want all of the other kids to look at him and go, "Yeah, he's the naughty kid. We hate the naughty kid." In their mind, and when you say trio, I want to separate Kieran out from this because Kieran was not really part of the dibber-dobbing. In fact, he was very consciously separating himself from that at Tribal. He's making eyes at the jury, like, isn't it embarrassing that these four are going at each other?
I have a hot take.
He is playing such a strong social game. The dibber-dobber trio was Nicole, Tyson, and Warder. That's the dibber-dob trio. Now, I agree that's not the strong alliance trio, but I think Kieran has played the strongest game. He's the one who's linked all of the different alliances together. He wasn't involved in the dibber-dobbering at Tribal, even though he was clearly on the side of Warder and Tyson. But I think when we're looking at the trio of uncouth snitching, I want to sub in Nicole there.
Okay. I have a hot take about Kieran.
Okay.
Kieran is very like introverted. He's not extroverted at all, right?
Okay.
So when it comes across to like him even speaking in a large group, he doesn't really do that. So I feel like at Tribal and stuff, he's really not bringing himself out. So I feel like even if he does make it to the end, he will have like his story really won't be there and he won't be able to like portray it because he won't be able to speak. He's like, he doesn't speak well. Even in his confessionals, he doesn't speak well. He speaks like very game body and it becomes like very just like one pitch, very just boring to listen to and everything like that. I don't hate players, but I can't watch him. I really can't. Agree. I just turn off.
I agree with you, Josh. I feel like he has the weakest at it. Like I literally, Kieran is for me is a robot. You can't remember. It's just he just keep telling you things and then that's it. Like there's no personality. Like I think robot is a personality. I guess he needs to put his like personality a little bit more. I feel like it's just not coming across as a character. I guess in the show. Yeah.
He's not my favorite character. I think he's been a really great player. I really hope you're both right because he's CK's draft pick. And obviously we don't want CK to win the draft. But I I foresee a Kieran win. But
Yeah,
we
I can.
haven't even got to the
I
immunity challenge.
I can see Kieran winning too, and
I
like,
can see Kieran winning.
to me, it's going to make this season meh, right at the end. It's just going to be like, this season was great, and then this happened, and
I feel like it's like the reverse Tom. Like you would think Tom doesn't get any votes, I guess, and it's just sort of
favorite. It's the South Africans. They're nuts. Maybe Kieran's going off in South Africa, and they're like, "Yes, Queen."
no, hopefully not. Hopefully not.
But I'm ready for a South Asian male to win Survivor at least. So
yeah, no. Look, I wouldn't be mad at Kieran winning, right? I wouldn't be mad at Kieran winning because you can see his game. You can see his games there. He went to Santoni and, tried to force Santoni to not use the idol. Once she realized he voted for it, to be honest, he should have voted for water too. It would have made it a bit easier for Santoni to believe him the next round as well. But I feel like the fact that he didn't do that might be his downfall.
Why didn't they? So, I mean, the only thing I want to say about the immunity challenge is that why is Anesu Chappie's Macedonian Jesus all of a sudden, where she's speaking to him from the heavens and getting him over the finish line? Like, again, we had this 2-episode Chappie's Anesu arc, and now
maybe Macedonian Jesus is Anesu, and that's who George is praying to in Australian Survivor.
And I think Anesu is she's a yoga and something, so she channel her chakra or aura to
and who said Jesus is a man?
Yeah.
I mean,
she's a woman.
Jesus could be a woman.
Jesus is Greek. So I mean, that does complicate things for an SU, but anyway. So are we skipping straight to the tribal now? Should we skip straight to
I want to talk about Nicole on the island first. Because we see the fire idol again as an option to win.
Love that.
They're pushing this. They want it. They want this fire idol to happen. And they actually talk about so earlier in the episode, I think it's foreseeing a Santoni fire making challenge, because Santoni is saying there's a fire idol potentially in this game, so you're gonna have to teach me to make fire one-time chappies, right? So I'm also foreseeing next episode potentially chappies making rice with Santoni one night, and then Santoni making the fire, and then eating their little seafood bisque around the fire that Santoni's made. And we then get Santoni in the same episode making fire.
Yes.
I feel like the story's writing itself, and Santoni wins that, and then Tyson and Kieran are completely screwed, and then we get Santoni Chappie's final two.
I mean, manifesting, honey. Manifesting.
My fantasy. It's still living. There's 6 people left, and they're still both in there. I don't know who wins that final two, but anyway, that's for another day.
So, the fire idol is the brainchild of Nikai Danza, my fictional husband.
Yep.
Which I love that for him. I love that it's getting screen time, 2 episodes. Sad that no one has got it so far. But hopefully...
Oh, Nicole got it.
No, Nicole got it.
Nicole got it?
Yeah.
I think I was in a work meeting during that time, and I sort of, I was half doing the work meeting, half doing until things got to the tribal.
When does the fire idol come into play, though? Does it end at final 5? Or...
No, I think next episode. That's why, the preview said that's the end of the order in titles and advantages. So that's it.
Maybe she just plays it because then they can work out which person they want to go with at final 5.
I don't know when they have to play it though. Is it not you play a normal idol scenario, or you play it after the vote's been read? So that's something I haven't focused too much on it. So.
I think after the vote's read, probably too powerful, right? Because then you'd be like, oh, the person I wanted got the most votes anyway. I feel like maybe too powerful after the vote's been read. But I feel like if you play it before and then, put it this way, right? Nicole has it, Anella and Nicole are tight, right? the votes are definitely not going to go on them to the next episode. It's going to be a split between probably Santoni and like Tyson or whatever, right? I feel like Nicole plays it then, and then whichever person is left out of the two, they just attach themselves to that person, and then they make final three. That's the only thing I. No,
yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes.
We are in agreement that the smart move for Smash and Nicole is to flip between the two couples in these next two episodes, right? Everyone agrees that's okay.
But I feel like Nicole and Smash had a lot more chances with Santoni and Chappies after you know.
For sure. Yeah,
like Tyson or
selfish, right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Tyson wins at any point because he went full off at this tribal council. He lost respect for everyone.
But is it salvageable? I don't know. Like
no, that's not salvageable. Everyone was laughing when they were cracking the shit. Like you seen everybody's reaction. Like when especially Anesu's reactions when like Chappies was like, well, like, you know.
I mean, Anesu's different because Chappies champion for her. So I feel like some people might take it too hard as well. Like, you know, people like Marisha, or like, you know, people value food. I don't know.
I mean, Marisha doesn't remember them. I was looking at them, right, and I was thinking, you know, who are they doing this for? Marisha doesn't remember who they are, and also she was tight mates with Nicole, so that she's voting for them. Sean, as we know, is an absolute freak, and we know he's throwing some very illegal parties. So throwing this out there and outing yourself as a dibba-dobba snitch, not going to fly with Sean. Also, when Tyson said, oh yeah, I know I've been a robot this whole game, but now I'm losing it, Sean was like, and it wasn't in a, oh yeah, I'm so glad that we're finally seeing your walls come down. It was a, you couldn't make an emotional bond if a gun was held to your head kind of, Like, I don't think, like, Tyson is cooked. So I kind of agree going to the end with Tyson would not be a bad move for them. My main concern, though, is that neither Nicole nor Smash have shown any indication that they are playing a strategic game. And I can see them just sticking with Kieran and out of emotion.
Yeah.
You know, if water's gone, it's like 2-2-2. So like it's interesting, like two people can vote for like any combination and there will be a tie.
Yeah,
if you want to.
One of the two couples is very close with the other two. Like you got Annabel and Nicole that are very close to like Tyson and Kieran, right? I probably would have made more sense to like try and target Tyson or Kieran right now.
This was the worst move. Strategically, why would you go for Warda? She sucks at challenges. Smash and Nicole don't really get along with her. You go for Kieran every day of the week. Every day of the week. They had their choice. They could have picked any of those three they wanted, and they chose the worst person because Santoni hates her, which is fair enough, girl. I'd have done the same thing.
Well, to be honest, Water's not getting any votes. Like,
no, Water doesn't get any votes. She's just been a goat the whole time. But to be honest, though, like, really, like, if you, like, put it down to, like, fact, right? Most of the strategic moves and most of the game has been controlled by Santoni. Now, it actually has been, right?
Yeah. No,
and it's scary. She's had knowledge of every single idol this game.
Yeah.
Every single idol she's had knowledge of, right? She's had knowledge of every single advantage as well that's been out in the game. She knows about the fire idol as well that's potentially out there, right? So the fact that she's known every single thing. Now, I'm not trying to like make Santoni sound like a great player and stuff. She's made some horrible decisions, but the fact that she's had so much knowledge is scarily crazy. And it's like the dream game. Like literally, like if I was out there, I wouldn't want to have every single knowledge that Santoni had. Every single part of it.
And then do all the wrong things with it just for a gag. Like that is the dream game. I know everything and I'm going to do it to create the maximum drama, like minimum benefit and still somehow come out on top. Oh my God, I hope she wins.
She's only had, I read this stat today. She's only had one valid vote against her all game.
Oh my God, incredible.
That's crazy. And especially for like somebody who's been like pissed off and like hated by like so many players to get through. I don't get it.
Every week they're like, we can't trust Anthony. She's totally slagging me off behind my back. But let me just tell her all my secrets anyway.
Yeah.
I
Do you guys think that's a right move to use the pass? Obviously, they have to use the pass, and then on top they use the idol as well. I think
I have a strategic thought in mind with this move. I feel like they did that to save Anella.
Right? I thought that
because Anella was definitely their vote. The three of them were just going to vote Anella, and then that was going to be the end of it. They were going to take Nicole further, and then that was going to be like the move and the play, right? Now, my only reason to save Anella right now, and that's why I was hoping Anella would actually win the challenge, right? Sounds stupid. I never wish anything good for him, but I feel like the only reason they've saved Anella is so that Anella isn't gone. So then next tribal, they can be like, hey, Anella, we saved you. You would not be in this game without us. Please give us one vote. And then they can work from there.
Yeah. I think it's the right move to remove the trio because then, but I disagree with the water vote, but I agree that's sort of it makes sense because then although they can use the idol for next tribal, but it's sort of like 50-50 and then they can split the vote anyway.
Yeah, but then they could pull a Haley. Like I don't know. Like, but then they could also split the vote, so it doesn't mean anything. So it actually made sense to do what they did now. Because if, like, say for example, right, they couldn't actually
but they can split 2-2-2.
Yeah, no, but they can't split it because Anella and Nicole will just go the other side, and then it'll be like we'll split 2-2-2, and we'll just put two. Actually, what you said makes sense. They'll just split 2-2, and then they would just play the idol, and then one of them would go anyway. The only way it would work is if Nicole didn't win the challenge. Now, I'm getting full strategic here. Nicole didn't win the challenge, and then she got the vote cast against her. Then them two could vote for Nicole, so it's 3 votes on Nicole, and it's
but they wouldn't know that.
The idol play could put. Well, they wouldn't even have to play the idol.
But they wouldn't. They don't know that though.
They don't know that. No. So
so you can't predict they're gonna know that. It's not the common knowledge. So I think they did the right move with burning the idol, and I mean obviously the pass will have to go to that. So I feel like there's more option to play next tribal compared to one of
I feel like though they should have told. Well, you know what? The thing is though, we're not seeing half of this game, right? So they've probably spoken to Anella and Nicole. They've probably done a list behind our back, but the show's just trying to give us this narrative that we're not going to see this part of the game, right? We might see it in the future. They might go back an episode or whatever. But it's so confusing.
Anella at all, except for when Anella was sent home from tribal. Like I often forget Anella's still in the game.
Yeah, look, we've killed him multiple times when we do our carry kill. He has probably been killed about 8 times.
Oh my god. So my favorite hot take. So our mutual friend Max has been avidly following this season of South African Survivor purely through the Wikipedia episode summaries and convinced that Smash is going to win this season. And I just love that. I love that. I'm like, yeah, babe. It's wild how your finger is so on the pulse and you're not even watching the show.
Is Smash creating the Wikia page?
I think he must be. I'm like, how is Smash even coming up in the episode synopsis? He's not doing anything.
Yeah, actually, I don't know, low key though. Like, everyone doesn't hate him.
No, but do they love him? I mean, there was that moment, that really weird, and I was going to bring this up because I thought, was this a foreshadowing moment where Kieran and Tyson came to him and said, look, bro, Warada, forget Warada, she's a woman. It's the 3 of us, bros forever, final 3. We've played idols on each other, but a woman, get her out of here. Is the final 3 Smash, Kieran and Tyson, dream threesome? Don't know, but
that's a possibility. That's a high possibility. It could be that.
But I don't know if Kieran and Tyson want to go to the end to each other. I feel like Kieran knows better that he shouldn't do that. So,
well, no. If I was Kieran, I'd take Tyson.
Because of all the blow up.
Because of the blow ups, right?
At the end of the day,
if I'm Tyson, I'd take the move semi like now or like next episode in the final 5.
Tyson thinks he's the second coming of Macedonian Jesus, though. Like, Tyson does not have the self-awareness to know that Kieran would beat him.
I still think Kieran's Tyson's game is still salvageable. I don't think, for me personally, I don't feel like there's gonna be a big backsplash about what he did this tribal. Just my personal opinion.
I don't think it's his tribal. I think it's his personality in general.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping Anella and Nicole make the right decision next tribal. And,
They won't.
They won't, though. They won't. But the two wrong people won't. Like, if Amy won that challenge and Rainier and Amy were still in this game, this would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Lest we forget the time Nicole robbed Amy and Rainier of their only chance to beg for their survival by taking them to the water slide facility. Like, Nicole and Smash are not making the right decision on this one.
I'm waiting for Nicole to come back at like final tribal council. She makes it with Anella somehow. And she's like, I took these two to get rid of him. Like, I didn't want them to have a chance. Like, and you know, this was my master plan the whole time. I knew that would be the numbers, and I knew that we could get to the end together because we were the numbers. And then, like, I'll just give him my paycheck. Like, if she came out with this, I would literally just be like, here you go, you can have my pay. Like,
because
as a viewer.
Because, you know, if you're the last one standing, the chances you going, it's like, in the end game, it's really significantly less than, you know,
yeah, it is. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of times you see a person from, like, if there's, like, say, for example, 3 tribes, right? If there's one person left from one of the tribes, that person's like the flip vote for the whole game. It's coming to the end. Even if it's like what we're seeing now, right? Where there was 6 Vuna and 2 Zamba. Now there's 4 Vuna and 2 Zamba. And it's only going to get better for the Zamba as it keeps going on because this team just keeps like, what's the word when you eat other humans? Cannibalizing. That's the right. They just keep cannibalizing themselves and like gonna throw the win. But like, to be honest, none of them two will win. Let's be real.
Nicole or Smash.
Yeah.
I don't know. The wiki suggests otherwise, Josh. I think Smash could still have it in the bag.
I would like to hope that like Nicole could have a win, but
I feel like Nicole could have a win compared to Smash, but I feel like Nicole's not going to be there. So.
In my power ranking, Smash is the least likely to win.
For next episode, I feel like, for my prediction, I feel like they're going to vote Santoni out. And then they're going to vote Nicole or something. And then Nicole's going to use that fucking fire idol. And then they're going to make fire. It's like a girl showdown.
Okay.
I feel like.
Your darkest timeline final 3 and what's your brightest timeline final 3?
Okay, darkest timeline final 3 would be would lose Santoni, then Chappies, and then would lose Kieran at final 4, and then our final 3 is Nicole, Anella, and Tyson.
Wait, that's the darkest.
That's
my darkest. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, darkest is Tyson, Kieran, and Smash.
No. Tyson, Kieran, Tyson. And now Smash and Nicole.
Okay.
What about you, Vince?
Okay.
What's your darkest 3?
My darkest: Kieran, Tyson, Smash.
We didn't mean by skin color. Okay, that's rude.
No. I mean, talking about the I don't like the whole man dominating sort of the final 3. I want throw in some. For me, I feel like Santoni, Kieran, and Tyson for me
would be the dream one.
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of want to see Santoni beat Chappies in the final 3, though. So I actually think my brightest timeline, like, I want her to unequivocally win. So I would love it if it was Santoni, Chappies, and honestly, it would just be such a gag if it was Smash there as well. But probably So yeah, that's my dream final 3: Smash, Chappies, and Santoni.
Yeah.
I think my darkest timeline is Kieran getting the easy win because we've seen him smooth all the way to the end. Even though I would love him as a winner, like I think he'd be a great winner, it would just be so boring to watch him beat out Nicole and smash in the final 3. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not there for that. I don't want to see that. I want to see. I want to see. I would like to see Chappies in the final 3. To be honest, I wouldn't mind if Chappies won. Like I wouldn't mind it.
Oh, I think, like, I've been listening to some of the exit interviews, and there's definitely been a bit of disrespect laid on Chappies and what I think is sexist. Oh yeah, he's so whipped by Santini. Like I thought he was his own man, but he just does whatever she says. I reckon that Santini would get votes over Chappies.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And the fact that everyone's like known that Santini is this person that flips and flops, and they still haven't tried to get her out. They try to get her out when she has an idol. It makes no sense whatsoever. That group should have just cannibalized. I don't get it. Like, if I'm water, I'd be like, I know you're voting me, Santini. Can we vote somewhere else, please? And I'll go with you next tribal. Like, why is nobody doing this? I don't get it. Everyone's just like, no, they're dead to me. I'm never working with them.
They knew, right? After they sent Anella home, they knew that it was one of those 3. They knew she was going to play their idol. Why wouldn't you then turn around, like, screw Santini at this point, love her, she's never going to vote for anyone other than Water. Turn around to Chappies. And, like, do you know what I mean? Like, why would you turn around to Nicole, Chappies, say, all right, let's go all in on, I don't know, Tyson. He's your biggest threat in the next immunity challenge.
Yeah. That's what you do. I don't get it. Yeah. They're just like, it's ridiculously loyal and it's just stupid. Like, it's just like, I'm throwing my chance now. Like, screw alliances. I'm sorry. Like, if you're on the bottom and you know you're going home, you throw your friends under the bus so bloody hard that they get stuck to the wheel and like they never come off the wheel. Like that's how hard you throw them under. Like you don't.
Can I just say, I think Water's done. You can tell her expression. Yeah. She's like, yeah, I think I'm done. You can tell her.
People giving up. It's like I really hate it.
Oh no, I'd do that I'd do a Water. I'd stick with my, like, I know that's not the right game move, but I definitely stick with my friends rather than do the right strategic move. So I get it. And the way she's having to like do her anxiety mindfulness exercises just to not rip Santini's throat out. I really resonate with Water. She's still daddy to me. Like, it devastated me when I found out she had a husband. That was just the blind side I never saw coming. But like, so I totally get her like going off on this like outrageous rant with no moral justification, sticking by your mates, and then just being like, I want to kill this woman. Like, Water, do you see straight into my soul? But also, I don't take back a single thing I just said during my snitch rant.
Let's talk about the most interesting tribal in probably South African history, I reckon.
What else do we need to add on? Because we sort of touch on...
Well, it's just like the whole fact of like them whinging about like he stole from the reward and he ate it for himself. But we've all stolen from rewards before and given it to other people. Like, it's just like the whole like, oh, he did this. I'm not going to say that I did it too, but he did this. You know, like to me, it's just like
it comes on the point. I don't know what they're trying to achieve. Like, I think they legit want them to disqualify Chappies right then and right there.
Oh yeah.
I think they're hoping for this is what I don't understand because Anella's with it too, yeah. So I think the 3 are hoping for like him to lose his immunity necklace or something.
No, they're not.
Right, and then Tyson winning it because he was second, and then them able to be voting out Annella. So then like they don't lose their 3. But then like Anella's all with this plan. I don't think he sees like the potential of like that flipping on him.
And Tyson, oh mate, like, and again, Tyson, beautiful man. also a lot of issues. Oh yeah, like it was an unfair advantage bro in that challenge because like, you know, he had the sugar and dude, Chappies has been whipping your ass in every single challenge, reward, immunity otherwise from the beginning of this game, back all the way back in the beginning when it was group challenges. He didn't whoop your ass this time because he had some sweeties. It's because he's better than you. Chappies is really, really athletic. Find a better excuse because this is just embarrassing.
Yeah, it's like he couldn't like fathom that, like, you know, his perfect game was like going down the drain because like of advantages and like somebody else beating him and something. It was like he was very like, it was like rich kid spoiled. It was just like
that is a vibe.
I also feel like it gets too personal. I just don't feel like it's necessary to just do that. Like just too much emotions in that tribal that leads nowhere.
Oh yeah, but I was living. I'm like, yes, keep calling him out, keep going. I want to see this for hours. Like I was so like there. I'm just like, this is like a bunch of kids just bickering about like he did this thing, but I've done it too, but I'm not saying it. And it was hilarious. I want to see it again. I'll watch it again and again and again and again.
The rise, the whole do the switcheroo. And then apparently Laura left the rice.
I'm not going to do anything with it. I just want my rice back. Like, I don't know how you enjoyed that, Josh. It took me it took me so long to get through that tribal because I had to keep pausing, sitting down, just being, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We can get through this. It was awful.
No, it was so good. It was great TV. I loved it.
It is emotional.
Like put it this way, right? Look at every other tribal council that we've had from South Africa. They've all been like, right? And Merge tribal was okay, and then Water and Anella having their fight was okay too. Other than that, this tribal council, like, other than that,
Water
yeah,
and Anella hated each other.
Yeah, and now they're working together. Yeah, other than that, I love the fact that like Nico like says, well, you know, you all took something from somewhere else and you've taken it back to camp, so what's the issue? Also, the fact that like last episode, Chappies was letting you eat all the pasta and he didn't do anything about that. You were happy to take the pasta.
It's a good point Nico bring it up because that's like, so he's selfish and whatever. So Chappie's been helping people in swimming challenges. He did that in the people when eating pasta. So there's no praise. And there's one time he did like stealing a little bit of rice. Yeah, that's bad. But like he's calling him selfish, like, you know, blah blah blah. You're just too much for me.
That was a hot dad moment, wasn't it? When he just called them out on the bullshit and he was just like, well, kids, you've all been naughty. What do you want me? You want me to send Chappies to his room? You're all going to have to go to your room, aren't you? No dinner for you. Like, oh my God. I was so mortified on their behalf. I was so team Chappies and team Set. When Santony was just like, hold my drink. All right. It's like, so what about that rice in your bag he said you were going to go home with? What about that steak in your pocket, Water? I was just like, oh, yes, please. Oh.
I'll be back, guys. Give me 1 sec.
So are we going to start? Do you think we're ready now for our ready for our, what is it? Ding, marry, kill? Or do we say?
Yeah. Kiss, marry, kill. So do you want to go first? Which one you go? You pick a category and you go.
Okay. So it's hard because I did want to passionately make out with Nico during that moment. But that's like a cop-out answer. That's a cop-out answer. I'm not going to give it. I just want to make it clear that was really daddy and that was exactly the response I needed to hear. I think I want to kiss Chappies because it was so iconic, him stealing everything. So look, honestly, Chappies cooking up a seafood risotto, Chappies taking both flints, Chappies replacing the rice with sand. Like, let me pash out with that beautiful water Aquaman. That's my kiss.
Okay. So I think my kiss will be Santony for being the partner in crime as well, like to formulate the plan and they stick to it. I think it's a right move, but the wrong target. That's all I'm going to say. Josh, who are you gonna kiss?
Yeah, you can't kiss anybody else this episode between them two, to be honest. Like everyone
Oh,
else.
maybe Nicole for winning all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I guess you could kiss Nicole. But I'm kissing Santoni too. Sorry, Nicole. The weird thing is like Santoni has sort of made inroads with Kieran. Sort of like not really, but like
Not
we've
really.
seen it. No, not really, but like there's been that talk there. At least they're talking, right? Because like at that point,
Santoni. They came away from that and they were like, Warda or someone walked out and said, you know, do whatever it takes so that Stantony, we stand. But
we stand.
We stand.
We do stand.
They walked out of that being like, just make sure Chappies doesn't win. For some reason, they still love her. I mean, they still don't see her as a legitimate threat, but they do. They still love her even though they hate her. Does this mean I want to marry Stantony? I mean, I want to get her face tattooed in between my breasts. Don't get me wrong. But I also, like, if you're saying this episode or in general or in my life, it's Stantony. But I kind of like coming out of this episode really felt like Kieran was going to win. I really felt like he came out of this looking like the grown-up. He somehow, he should have gone this episode and he didn't. And I don't know, I mean, I do know why. It's because they hate water. I think I have to marry Kieran, even though it's a marriage of convenience rather than a marriage of passion for me.
Yeah, you actually have to give Kieran the benefit of the doubt here too, yeah, because he does build that trust with Santoni moving forward. Like he's got that inroads with Santoni, right? So this episode he's like trying to get that across to her, even though his move doesn't work. Like there's still some connection there, and he's got connections pretty much with everyone from that point. Obviously not Chappies because everyone hates Chappies, and I really don't know why everyone hates Chappies. I don't get it. That guy's been like phenomenally like awesome throughout the whole season. Oh, he's stealing a bit of food from challenges.
You would hate Chappies. We both know that if this was real life, you would be beefing hard with Chappies. You would be going over to Vince and Liz and you'd be like, can I punish him? Can I give him something?
I feel like you're right. You're
not right. No.
Yeah, you're not gonna mesh with Chappie.
No, I'd be too sidetracked. Like I'd just look at him and I'd be sidetracked. I'd be like, I'd be like, oh yeah, you can have my vote this round. Yeah, no worries. Sorry, I'm shallow. Don't hate me.
I do want to marry Kieran as well. I think this is the game for him to lose. So that's. What do you think, Josh? Marry?
Yeah, no, I have to marry him too. I don't want to. But Chappies runs away from me again. It's fine.
All right.
The one that got away.
Kill.
Let's
Okay.
kill someone.
Are we allowed to kill Warda? But she was voted out. That seems a little bit on the nose. Let me kill someone who's still in the game. I want to kill Nicole. I want to kill Nicole because Nicole theoretically is the swing vote in a position of power. And what she has done, she has abused that by eating everyone's snacks when she didn't need to during the auction. And they might not have shown how resentful they were about that in the time. But I know if that was me, I would want to drown her in that bathtub. So she 100%,
sorry.
She has killed some serious energy there. She could be making love to both sides, getting in with both sides. She should be flipping back and forth. Instead, she's becoming chief prosecutor of the snitch crew. And she's going to keep that moving into the next round. I've just got to kill Nicole because, like, Warda was down here. She's already beefing with everyone. Yeah, she did exactly what we expected. But Nicole had so much to work with. And instead, she's, like, stealing people's chippies. And, she's crying to Nico about the stolen candy. And I just can't.
Is it weird that I want to kill Anella again?
No.
Like every
That's good,
episode,
because
Jim.
I can cheer
I
for
just-
every person.
Do it.
No, I just feel like I feel like he doesn't get it. Like he doesn't understand anything that's happened around him, right? He's like an intern, right? You get an intern and a new job, like say at NASA, and he's like has no idea what anything does, and he presses the wrong button and kills everyone inside. Like I feel like he's doing that to his own game because he should be like focusing more on which side to flip to next. But instead, he's just got this mindset of like him, Tyson, and Kieran final three, regardless of what's happening, right? When other people are offering him help, and he's just like not taking it. Like next episode, guarantee you, he doesn't want Chappie's in the game, even though Chappie saved his ass. Like, and that's my hatred. I hate to say hatred, but like that's my hatred towards him because like he's just not gonna get it. I am waiting for the day that he like surprises me, and I say this every bloody time I do this, but it's not gonna happen. Can you please surprise me?
He's
Please
the himbo,
surprise.
but he's not the hot one in the crew. Like that's what's sad,
Yeah.
right? Like he's the himbo, but everybody else is hotter, and it's like, babe, you need to find a new vibe.
So Niall from One Direction.
He's not. Oh my god, babe. Yes.
Perfect take.
Perfect take.
Yeah. The one who hasn't done anything with his career afterwards. It's just like, yeah, he's done.
Wait,
Like,
didn't he have a song?
oh,
tried.
no. He tried. Yeah, nobody remembers it.
Oh, okay. So the only person logically I have to kill is Tyson, because, well, we all know the story, the snitching, and then he's getting like the whole speech about getting like sorry, getting sidetracked. He's getting mad about like the stealing food, and he's like, I don't usually emotional, but like now I need to be emotional. This is how much I hate these people.
I'm not a robot anymore. Ah!
My only emotion is toxic masculinity.
He like completely just like blew up and like completely cracked it. And over lollies?
It's just
Like,
so embarrassing.
Over that little bit of sugar rush, claiming that.
Imagine losing the game from lollies. It made Jericho win, but yeah, like
Oh my god, the way this story arc of the lollies over these seasons, I swear.
they just have like the biggest like. It's weird. They'll either make you win a game or lose a game, and he's lost a game from lollies. That's so
Sorry,
bad.
Sorry, Tyson.
Nobody's voting him after that. He used multiple swear words, and like you don't see that often on Survivor.
Was
No,
that bad? I didn't think he was that bad at that trial.
no, I don't think it was that bad.
I don't think it's bad either, but
But you were saying he lost all the jury vote. I don't think he lost all the jury
no,
vote.
I don't think anyone. I don't think anyone in the jury respects him now. I feel like because he is like the instigator of all of the moves and stuff, right? That they see, they're hating on him because he got rid of them instead of, you know what I mean?
I just think that he's trying to take credit for what Kieran has always been the executor of. And he's just never had relationships. Every episode he says, yeah, I'm the king, I made the choices, yeah. But Kieran's the one who has the relationships that makes that happen. And he's, oh yeah, I'm always like a little bit, yeah, you can hang with my crew. Like he's always just a little bit standoffish. Yeah, you can sit with me. Like he thinks he's up here, but he's not. Like no, I don't think he ever had the jury votes that he was appealing to that pathos that just wasn't that it wasn't there.
The only jury vote he has is probably water.
Yeah. For sure.
That's the only one I could say. I think Kieran has everybody else at the moment.
Well, it depends who he's sitting with. That's the only.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I
you go
don't know.
Tyson and Kieran, I think Kieran wins 9.
Yeah, I think Kieran
whatever the
Kieran
number
wins
is.
in any combination, I think, apart from
Yeah.
Anthony maybe.
I think Stantony might have a winning chance against Kieran. I feel like that's the only other person that could possibly argue her case to win.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If Stantony wins this season,
I will love it.
Oh,
like
dude, that would make my whole life. That would seriously, I would stop like fantasizing about the end every day if Stantony won this season. That would make everything okay again.
This would
Okay,
be like the
also-
season I'll tell people watch. This would be like the first season. Like, have you ever watched Survivor? No. Season 8, South Africa. I know there's like a billion twists in it, and you will have no idea what's happening, but watch it. Like,
And
What
can I
about-
just say, sorry, Annabel, you
go.
go. I was just saying, can I say like the Immunity Island twist? The Immunity Island twist. It's like it doesn't take away from the game. Like I feel it's enjoyable. It's like it's not like the US like Extinction Island or that kind of stuff. It's not like Island of the Idols. It's refreshing. It's like part of the strategy which I like. It's props to Survivor SA for the twist.
Vince, you like a twist?
I like a reasonable executed twist, not like just random ones that doesn't.
But
happen.
this is exactly like Exile Island with more stuff.
I like Exile Island. I didn't like
okay.
it.
All right.
I don't like people coming back from the game after they voted out.
We
That's
need
all.
to discuss season 4 a bit more then.
Back to me and my sexual fantasy.
Yes.
What about Tyson, Nicole smash, final 3, and then Smash or Nicole win? I think that wouldn't be the darkest timeline. I think if Max manifests via Wikipedia a Smash win against Tyson, that would be kind of hilarious.
It would actually, you know what? It would make sense to this whole season because this whole season has been like a big kerfuffle. We have no idea what's happening. Like every episode I go into, I'm like, I have no idea what's going to happen.
When Renia and Amy went in one episode, I was just
Yeah.
like,
They're like my winners picks. I'm like, one of these two are going to win for sure.
They were 2 of my draft picks.
Yeah. Who have you got left?
I've got Tyson and Stantony. So
okay.
one in each camp.
Yeah. Who's got the most out of you, CK?
So we're an even split. So CK has got Kieran and Chappies. I've got the other half. And then Max has the clear winner of the season.
Especially Nicole. Is it he gets Nicole as well? No.
Yeah, he's got Smash and
Nicole. All of his others. He had obviously an amazing draft with it was Sean, it was Smash, and it was some other random douchey guy I don't remember from the beginning. I think Jason
Paul?
that got voted out. Yeah.
That was it. Oh yeah, Jason was first boot, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Now I remember. If I can't even really remember the start of this season. Like it feels like it's been going for quite a while.
I feel like with Australian Survivor, it's just too much. It's just too many things to remember.
It's all I've got going on in my life right now. So
I just want to say a couple of things before we wrap up. So Melbourne Survivor stuff has been postponed, obviously, with COVID happening in Australia again and
trial
locking down and stuff like that. So our trial games have been suspended for now, until further notice, until everything is going to happen. So if you have applied, check your emails. I'm pretty sure I sent one to everyone. They pretty much explain what we're going to do in the future. So essentially, we'll keep you on a list, and then we'll move forward with that list. If we choose something, we'll contact you. That type of thing. Editing is underway, which is exciting. Sorry?
I said, but in the meantime, you can donate to make that season better.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you can. You can donate to Melbourne Survivor. Just go to the Melbourne Survivor Facebook page and contact us on there. One of us will message you straight away. We're on our phones all the time because there's nothing else to do besides sit in our bedrooms. Also, what else was I going to say? Editing is underway, which is exciting. We hope to have it out to you soon. It's a big process. These things actually take a lot longer than what I thought they would.
What's the date you told me before?
Look, I don't want to say anything, okay? There's a lot of things we need to change for further seasons to make it quicker. But, it's a learning curve. You learn that as you go. Nobody's perfect. But like I said last week, I still want to have an episode, not like a recap episode, but like an episode just purely based on like creating a live reality game. Yeah. So like having everyone like listen, ask questions live and stuff like that, just based about like trying to run a game and like trying to work out how it would be best for you to do that. And then obviously I'll have some, we've got Australians here, we'll have some Americans on as well. We can work out stuff in like your areas if you needed help to create something, because like we love this stuff. And I feel like, especially with COVID still happening and stuff like that, these will probably be the main source of like fun we will see for quite some time. So obviously Survivor's starting to film again, but yeah, that's all I want to say.
Okay, I think that's it, right?
I think
I'm still single and available. DM me.
Follow us on our Twitters and our Instagram. And stuff.
I do all the cooking stuff. So
Vince is too boomer for Twitter, apparently. So that's fine. When are you going to get Twitter, Vince? The fans want to know.
How did you see my Twitter if you didn't?
I have a Twitter, but I don't want to use it. Like it's really. I need to create a new one. Like
he's just randomly stalking you, Annabel. I think.
Yeah, I do stalk.
You're one of those toxic people who's like, "Oh my god, I love your tweets, but I just don't follow you, or I don't like them."
Well, I don't. I need to create the one that's not when I was like 15. So.
Okay, fair enough. I already know which one you are.
Everyone's current email address is from when they were 15. Like, oh gosh.
All right.
Love everyone. Thanks for watching.
See you guys next week.
We'll see you next week.
We might get another Melbourne Survivor player.
Let's put a third person from Melbourne Survivor on here. Let's give it
like a slow review.
Yeah.
+1 for that Wikipedia recap.